You should be editing your video files from an external drive. But how much speed do you actually need? Today we will be doing some speed tests with this USB 3.0 SSD adapter. Welcome to Inexplicable, where we talk about filmmaking techniques, writing screenplays, analyze movies, and much more. As we talked in the previous video, Final Cut Pro libraries can take a lot of space, especially if you're working with 4K video files. And continuously writing on your internal SSD could eventually decrease its performance. But how much speed do you actually need to edit 4K on an external drive? Now, I've been editing big projects on my internal SSD drive, usually filling it up almost even 80% or more. And this is not such a great idea. The problem is that my old MacBook from 2013 doesn't have a USB-C port, which is standard nowadays. But it has a lot of other ports, I'll give you that. What I did was to get this SSD adapter with 2 slots actually. So you could even make a software RAID, but we're not gonna talk about that now. And also I got this Samsung 860 EVO, which is the one I will be using. So now I'm going to compare the speed test for the internal and the external SSD drives. The speed test is using a 1 GB full 4K file, and that's the internal SSD. Now I'm going to do the same speed test in the external SSD on the adapter. First I'm going to format it, and let's see. Wow, so that's actually much faster than what I thought, so that's great. But now let's try some real-life editing tests. Now I'm going to copy these video files, which in total are 5 GB exactly, from an external hard drive into the external SSD drive. Now I'm going to import the exact same video files, but with Final Cut Pro. I'm going to copy them into the library, which is in the external SSD. So a bit slower in this case. What I have here is a 3 minutes project with these 4K clips from a Lumix S1, and I apply different effects, titles and color correction. But as you can see, the project is not rendered yet, and I can move through the timeline. The video is not laggy at all or anything, so that's great. And I can play, and it plays perfectly. One thing to mention maybe is that I heard in some YouTube video about editing from an external hard drive that most probably, when editing, the video is being loaded on the RAM of the computer, and so therefore it's being directly read from the RAM. However, it doesn't appear to be quite like that. As you can see, the data on the external SSD is being read exactly as I'm moving through the timeline. Now let's see how long it takes to render the whole 3 minutes project as a background process. So now I'm going to export the final video in H.264. Okay, so that was well under 3 minutes. I guess because the project was already completely rendered before, so that saves a lot of time. And if you get a bit confused about how to modify your storage locations for best performance, don't worry, you can check out the video I did about that. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching and see you next time.